Howdy y'all.
Hi guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From robertbaker.com. Wait.
No.
No, I mean from RNA Music, deep in the heart of Texas. That's us.
Yay.
Welcome back to another episode of Ask RNA.
Ask RNA.
Where we answer your questions. That's what we're doing today, in case anyone's confused about what's going on. Let's answer some questions. First question.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Steve W. Hey guys, do you not allow bass players in the camera shot now? Question. Hashtag where's Paul? Stay bitter, my friends. Keep the faith in the bass. Hey, do you guys stock Chapman basses? Just kidding. Sometimes bass players get to be in the shot. It just so happened that last week Paul didn't come here to really be in the video. He was just hanging out, so.
But like Paul, he can't help but interject.
Yeah.
He just, in his very Paul-like ways.
He can't just sit here and just enjoy the magic of our show.
No.
Bass players.
Which we don't mind.
Well, we don't mind, yeah.
Because we love Paul.
Yeah, he's great.
So,
he'll be in more videos soon. It's just, you know, the right time. Thanks, Steve.
There you go.
Dymo28. Guitar BQ sounds fun. I'll make sure to RSVP on Facebook. Please do that.
Yeah.
Helps us know how much food to cook. Ryan, do you have an Acacia that you use for yourself? I'm interested in checking those out. I do not yet own one. I mean, we have one in stock here at the shop, right here. This Hades Pro. And we've sold special ordered a guitar already for another customer, but I do not own an Acacia myself. Yet. So I would love to, but I kind of pride myself on if it's something that we carry in the store, it's either something I would play myself or I have no problem recommending to our students. And our students are like family. This is a small town, it's a small community, it's small everything. So we, you know, I'm not going to recommend junk to any of our students or any of our customers.
Right.
So, but I do not yet own an Acacia. Probably got to sell a few more. Turning too much. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just wanted a place to put my hand.
I'm excited because I want to try out their Cronus guitar. And that seems like it would be right up my alley as far as comfort-wise. The Romulus and the Hades are very much super Strat style guitars. And I think the Cronus will probably be the one that I dig. But
Nice.
maybe soon. You should definitely come down and check them out. They're the guys from Acacia are bringing like 6 or 7 of them in for the clinic we're doing next week. So.
Yes, let us know who you are whenever you come, because we don't always know what you look like.
Yeah, we can't always put you know, names with faces.
So
like
make sure you tell us.
YouTube names.
Yeah, YouTube names. So you say, hey, my name is Brian. I'm like, hey, Brian. And they don't know who
I'm
Brian is.
Dymo28. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Gotcha.
Brian. Yeah, there you go.
So yeah. All right, next question. Brian M. Mr. Gibbons, I mean Ryan, one question burning in my mind after this episode is, why haven't you taken the tag off your Schecter E1 knob? You did say you were keeping one, correct?
Yeah.
Is that a way to channel your inner mini Pearl? That cracks me
I declare.
up. I declare. Have you seen the string Butler? If so, what are your thoughts? Is the benefits for a 3+3 headstock worth the somewhat odd look? Awesome episode. Wish I was closer so I could come to the guitar barbecue.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish everybody could come to the guitar barbecue. Let's talk about on my E1. There's still a little humbucker single coil thing there.
Yeah.
I did leave it on there because I've actually been up in the air about whether I was going to keep it for myself. Originally, the plan was I was going to keep that guitar for myself.
Right.
But, you know, I could never decide fully if I wanted to keep it for me. So it's always been here on the wall at the shop. And even though we did put a custom pick guard on it, that was just a fun thing for me and my friend Pete to do. Pete does, you know, work on guitars. And so it was a challenge he wanted to do. So it's technically for sale, and so it's got all the tags and stuff still on it. Because I do own a Schecter that's not that. So as far as the string Butler, yeah, I saw some videos about it. Looks pretty interesting. I would have to try one in person to see if the benefits were really worth it. There's so many things that, there's things out there that can help your guitar and help your playing, but sometimes the benefit is so minuscule.
Right.
Is it really worth it? Or are you solving a problem that really exists or that we just think exists? So I don't know. I can't say. I've never tried one. I'd love to, but I'd have to try it first before I could probably make a real decision on it. But thanks for the question, Brian. Appreciate it, man.
There you go.
Robert Witham? I don't know. Did I say that wrong?
Probably.
I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Robert. We'll just say Robert. Question. Why have you quit selling Chapman? I thought I read somewhere that Gibson was $520 million in debt. King Henry should be drawn and quartered and then tarred and feathered and then banished.
Yes. And we also got the same question from Ronnie Nose and
yeah.
on
AN73. So Ronnie Knows, hi, why no more Chapmans? AN73, why no more Chapman Guitars at RNA?
Yeah.
So we had 3 questions about that.
Well, yeah. And one joking. So.
Yeah, one was a joke. Steve W. So yes, we quit selling Chapmans. It's been a while. It was back end of last year, I guess. I mean, I had made the decision end of last year that we weren't going to order anymore. But we didn't really make it official until January of this year. For us, it was just logistically, it was a big issue to order factory direct, to have to wait 5 to 7 months for a big order to come in. And from a money standpoint, we got to pay for that up front. We're committing a big chunk of cash up front to wait 5 to 7 months to have the stuff come in. And it was just a big capital outlay, and there's no QC in between the factory and us, so that means we had to do all the QC and sometimes repairs on guitars and setups, and so that was time and money for us to work on the guitars coming in. I had quite a few that had issues, electric stuff, wiring issues, things, and so they're also a really young company, and so the dealer support really wasn't there because of the nature of factory direct. So if I had a guitar that had a problem or didn't have a part or needed to repair a part, I couldn't just call Korea and get a single bridge or something replaced. And Chapman couldn't send me one because they didn't have any in England. So, they're young and a young, inexperienced company, and so dealing with dealers was a new thing for them. And so for the time and the money, which was significant, we invested a significant amount of money for the size of store that we are, which is a small mom and pop store. And the energy and promotion that we put into it, when it was all said and done, we just didn't get the return out of it that we wanted. And that's basically it. And to continue on would be, logistically just not practical for a store our size. So that's basically it. It's just business. Yeah. And
just normal business.
Normal business, with young companies, and it's a crapshoot. You don't know with a company that's been around a long time, like PRS or Gibson or Fender or Schecter or ESP, or you have kind of a track record to figure out what's going on, what to expect with any young company. And it's I'm talking CMG, Acacia, Chapman, Diamond. There's companies that haven't had a very long track record. You really don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
It might be awesome.
And we're a young company,
okay.
business, and so we're trying to, with the market and trying to just stay in business ourselves. So being able to be wise with our investments is very important to stay afloat.
Yeah, it is. Very important. Now, luckily, I have some friends who have been in the business quite a bit longer than me, who are retailers. You know what's going on, and I can lean on for advice. And so I'm lucky to have that. And that's kind of the story. It just wasn't practical and profitable enough for us. All right. So next question, John Harpole. I want to come see you guys and Robert Baker. I will let you know. I've got one for you, Angela. Pork chop. Greasy, we beat your team easy. I guess we were doing cheers last week.
Yeah, so. I think we were talking about cheerleading or something like that. Yeah. I know that one.
I know what you're talking about. So I look forward to your videos. Makes my day. Why do you call Paul the bitter bass man? Now, I think we actually answered this before, because people are like, why is he bitter? What's the problem?
We have so many new people that they're not,
New viewers.
We have to repeat some of the information.
Yeah.
Just keep everybody up to date?
Yeah, it's just kind of an inside joke between us, or me and Paul, that he is a great bass player, but he's kind of bitter about the hand you're dealt as a bass player. Like you know, being a bass player, it's like he'll joking, right? Obviously, bass player jokes are fun and popular, and most bass players I know have no problem poking fun at themselves. Right. He certainly doesn't. But it's like, man, you play the bass, you're always in the back, you never get any attention. Right. You know, the ladies at the gigs are like, oh, where's the singer? Oh, you play the guitar? No, play the bass. Oh, where's the guitar player? You know, just that kind of stuff. And he gets bored playing just simple bass lines that a lot of songs have. Yeah. And so he's kind of bitter about having to play just don't. Yeah. So it's partially that. It's partially growing up. We've been friends for decades. I can't even remember how long now. Paul's gonna be mad because I can't remember. It's been exactly 28 years and 7 months. Yeah. Or something. But Paul has had an interesting string of luck in his life. And so
over the years he's become very bitter.
He's become bitter and
let's just leave
cynical
it yes.
about life and people. But no, he's actually really...
It's an accumulation of all things, Paul. And
it's not just bass playing.
And to make very light of some funny and some sad situations, we just say he's just bitter.
He's just bitter.
In a funny way.
In a funny way. It's just a joke.
He's really good at gallow humor and very dark humor.
Yeah.
And he alone, out of anybody I know, can pull it off really well.
Yeah. So. There you go. So, yeah, there's our answer. Paul may come in and chime in.
But we love him dearly.
Yeah, he's like a brother. I don't have brothers. I have 2 older sisters, which is fantastic. But, you know, he's like
another brother from
my brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks for the question, John. I wish you could come to the Guitar BQ. Let us know if you're coming. Yeah. Paul Liu. The bitterness is back. So what were the biggest challenges when initially opening RNA, excluding the capital investment? How do those initial challenges change as the years go by? Are you still happy with your decision to open RNA? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Biggest challenges of initially opening, excluding the money. Well, that's a huge challenge, was the money.
I think it would have been the advertisement.
Yes.
Because at first, you know,
getting our name out there.
Even though Facebook was around when we opened, it was still kind of newish, you know, knowing how to start up a page. That wasn't really a thing to do yet. And there wasn't really anything out there that we could do that didn't cost money. And so I think that was our biggest thing, because people, as soon as you open up your doors if you're a business, the newspaper will come along. You know, the penny saver people will come along. Anybody, like we had people that were trying to get us to print our business cards on table mats in restaurants, and just menus. All kinds of stuff that cost bukus of money that would have like 0 return for us.
Or no guarantee of return.
Or yeah,
hey, give us $500 to advertise out there for you guys. I'm like, sweet, what's my return gonna be?
Well, we don't know.
Your name's gonna be out there.
Right. And so I think our biggest challenge was how to get our name out there in the most cost-effective way, because we had no money, no revenue just yet. And the money that we did have coming in was going basically just to pay the bills. So I think that was our biggest challenge, not necessarily buying stuff, because getting the different brands that we carry really wasn't that crazy or that hard. It was finding out the exact type brands to carry was a little tricky, but once we did, it was kind of like, it was smooth, pretty much every transition for everything. But I think even to this day, it's all about advertising and getting our name out and being relevant and staying up to date with all the new trends. Like now, you know,
Instagram.
Facebook lets you pay in, so you can buy your advertisement on Facebook. Instagram has out there. You can even have a Pinterest page for your business. And
we have a Pinterest. There's an RNA Pinterest.
Yeah, and there's just there's so many things that you can do now that actually can link to your website or your YouTube page that can actually create revenue. So I think still it's staying relevant with advertising.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I was thinking I was thinking raising money and building the business, but really that is how you do it, is getting people to know that you're there.
Yeah.
They got to know you're here so they can walk in the door and see what you do and what you offer.
Right. Actually, today we were going, Nicholas and I were out. He was getting ready to start a new job, and we were at
Another job.
Another job, yes. And I was sitting and waiting for him in this waiting room, and this lady looked across and she was reading my shirt, and she said, "Where is RNA Music exactly?" And I was sitting here wearing this because I've been wearing this all day today, and I said, actually, it's on Highway 198 across from. Of course, I say if you're a Canton, I say across from Bob's Town and Country, and which is a Phillips 66, which is a gas station for most people.
Gas station pizza.
It's right across the street. And she was like, "Oh yeah." I said, it's based in Short Street, and it cuts through. And she was like, yeah. She was like, "I've been wanting to get my daughter in guitar lessons." And so basically I sat there and advertised for myself. So we've been doing a lot of, our t-shirts have been a good advertisement for us. We have all of our students basically has a t-shirt. We send t-shirts out with all of the guitars that get purchased. That's a big thing, stickers. But really it's advertisement and how to do it properly, and we'll catch people's eyes so they recognize it. And
I normally wear an RNA shirt. You may have noticed in all of the RNA YouTube videos.
Yes.
But that's the same thing she said, because I'll be out, at the gas station or at Walmart or somewhere, and the people will look at the shirt and they go, "What's that? Like, what's RNA Music?" "Oh, that's my shop. We have a little guitar store and lesson studio." "Oh, really? Where's that at?"
Where's that
It's
at?
right here in town. "How long you been there?" 8 years.
Really?
"Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow." So marketing is still a challenge.
It really is. And it's because for most people, especially in smaller towns and rural towns, there are people that still look at the newspaper and still look at the yellow pages and the phone book that comes around. And so if you're not there in some little towns, especially in Canton, then you really haven't made it as a business. And so
we were on the front page of the Canton Herald, though.
The first year we were,
we had a front page story about us.
Yes. So, but even then, it's like, do I want to spend that kind of money, and will I get any?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't spend the money.
Return. Yeah.
Luckily, I had a good friend from high school. She was the editor of the paper, and she's like, "Hey, I want to do a story on you guys." I'm like, "Come on over."
Yes, exactly. That was a
what
blessing.
do you know? Who you know helps.
Huge
sometimes.
blessing.
But
yes, another perk for being in a small town. But yeah, I would say advertising.
Are you still happy with your decision to open RNA? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking about this just the other day.
I wish I would have done it
sooner.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 15 years ago, or
Yeah.
I love what I do. I love teaching. We have a lot of young students come in. We have some students in their 50s and 60s who are brand new to guitar, and they've always wanted to play. And I really love and enjoy helping people get started or helping them overcome. They've tried to learn to play with the magazines and YouTube and DVDs and things, and they just couldn't do it because they don't have any feedback. And they're like, ah. And so I'm like, oh, put your hand like this. Put your thumb over here. Oh, man. That really works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You just sometimes need human interaction. So I love what we do. I love teaching, and it's great. We've met so many cool people from all over the world. Selling guitars.
Huge
and
blessing.
Too. Made some good friends, and so I don't regret it at all. I wish I would have done it sooner.
Yes, and all of that. But our kiddos, they've learned by watching us that they can do it. And if you're willing to make the sacrifice, if you're willing to work hard at anything, that your dreams can be achieved. And I think that's our big blessing, being able to tell our boys that you don't have to settle for the status quo of jobs, and if you have a dream, you can make it happen if you work hard and are willing to sacrifice.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
no regrets at all.
None.
So. Thanks for the question, Paul. That was really great, man.
Thanks.
Next question, Patrick Rooney. Can I show up early for the Guitar BQ and hopefully get a blue RNA Music shirt and show you guys my custom Strat and shoot the shizzle and whatnot?
For Rizzle.
For Rizzle, Paul. Yes, you can actually come early. Oh, Patrick. I'm stuck on Paul's. It's the bitterness.
I know.
The bitterness has seeped in.
Rolling down.
Patrick Rooney. Yes. Now, Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday for the Acacia Clinic with Robert Baker. The store hours are 11 to 4 Saturday. The clinic is from 4 to 7. So it's kind of an after hours clinic. But we're going to be here 11 to 4. So if you want to pop in normal store hours, you are welcome to do that. So come on over. Next question. Blaine Ludman. Hey, Blaine. Let's see. What did you ever find out about that custom one we talked about? It's weird because you can get a Gibson for the same money without the resale value, which is kind of important since I can't play. Hey, y'all. Sorry, it's a long question. I don't have my glasses on because I'm older. Hey y'all, so Angela, are these ASK RNAs just an excuse to get dolled up and purdy for the camera? How much would it cost to crochet Trump a new toupee?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. No, I sent all the information off to my rep, John, from Heritage, and I never got an answer back on prices and costs. So talking about Gibson for the same money, it's kind of funny because someone else asked me that about the Heritage stuff, and they're like, well, I can get a Gibson for the same one. I'm like, not really, because like the Heritage Les Paul Custom is like $4,900. Heritage Les Paul Custom, quote unquote, is about $2,800. The Gibson Les Paul Custom is like $4,800. So there is some price differences. It just depends on which specific one you're looking at. And if it's a really, Gibson has so many different versions of a Les Paul. They got from the really cheap, 800 ones up to $6,000 and everywhere in between. But to find one that has actually spec for spec compared, the Heritage still is kind of beating them on price. But I never got an answer back from my rep. All right. Is ASK RNA just an excuse for you to get dolled up? You look exceptionally dolled up today.
I look so busted today. I do not look dolled up. I usually never get dolled up for ASK RNA. But thank you for thinking that I am dolled up.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that. I normally don't get dolled up at all. This is just what I look like on a normal basis.
It's just normal work day wear.
This is normal what I wear to work. Some days I'll put on lipstick, some days I won't. It just depends on what I'm doing. I've been crocheting today, trying to fill out orders. And sometimes I've been painting or running around getting the boys. And it's just, it'll depend on if I have time to curl my hair or wear it curly, because even wearing it curly is nothing to just throw.
You don't actually work on that. It just goes.
No, that's just the way it is. Naturally.
I think it looks great.
But no, I don't. And could I crochet Trump a new toupee? Yes, I could.
Does he wear one?
No, I don't think he does. I think
people say that.
I think honestly, I honestly think that he probably does have a very extreme receding hairline, and he brushes everything forward, and then he sprays it back, and it just lays. I think it's his hair because he's had it for so long and it hasn't changed. But I don't know.
Could be.
That's
You'd
how
think
I
if
see
it was
it.
a toupee, you think it would look better.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
I
think he brushes it forward and then teases it back and then sprays it. So it has this kind of bouffant, coiffed thing going on. Yeah. So.
I don't think it would look right if it was crocheted.
Not that I spend time staring at his hair, but obviously I have an opinion because I really have analyzed it down to what I think he does. So.
For him, that's been a trademark for him for decades.
If he changed it, I don't think he would be
He wouldn't look the same
anymore. And the people were like, sell out. You totally changed your hair because the public told you to. It's kind of danged if you do, danged if you don't, if you did anything.
So just do what you want.
Right.
There you go. All right. Can't get into politics.
No.
It's a sticky thing. We can't even talk about local politics.
No.
People got
mad.
People got mad about that.
It's like, chill out. Lordy.
All right, let's move on. Little Paul, 1969, says, drink Bud Ice, but beware penguins. Go Pens.
That was for Paul.
That was for Paul.
Yes.
Question. Are the guitars that Acacia bringing to the Guitar Barbecue in November going to be added to the RNA stock? Ooh, good question. Paul's from around the Pittsburgh area, so that's
makes sense.
All that. Well, close to it. He's not. Anyways. Sorry, our memory card got full. We were talking about Pens and Paul in Pittsburgh, and he's a Dallas Stars fan.
Dallas.
Stars. Dallas. Stars.
Wheelie,
All right.
wheelie.
Are the guitars Acacia's bringing to the Guitar BQ in November going to be added to the RNA stock? It depends. You know, we might sell some of the guitars at the showcase, the Acacia Roadshow. So possibly, we'll see what happens.
Yes.
I lost my train of thought. Thanks for the question, little Paul. Adam Height. Ryan, have you played a Diamond Monarch hollow body? Thinking about buying one, but I can't find any demo videos and have no way to get my hands on one in Northwest Arkansas. Love the vids. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that, man. It's very nice. I have not played a hollow body Monarch. I played the regular Monarchs, but I have not played the hollow, so I can't really help you with that. They're already like pretty light. Like the Monarch that I had was, you know, very comfortable and not a heavy guitar at all. Actually, that was one of my favorite things about it, that one particularly, was that it was so light. So it was good on the shoulders and the back and all of that. So I imagine the semi-hollow would be very light and comfortable. But yeah, they're kind of hard to find. There's not a lot of dealers out there right now. Diamond kind of did a little bit of a restructuring last year. And actually, I don't even know how many other dealers there are. But yeah, I mean, sure, if you called them, they could probably tell you. Chris is the guy who normally answers the phone for Diamond, and he could probably fill you in and answer any questions. But yeah, check them out, man. I mean, they've fine quality, you know, no real issues or anything like that. But they would be light on your shoulder, I can tell you that much. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate the question and the kind words. Garrett Hendry. Hi, Garrett. How are you? From Louisiana. Ryan, will you be participating in No Shave November? Well,
probably.
I am not really going to shave in November, so I guess I am. I haven't set up a page, because most people know in November is a month they raise money for awareness for men's health, men's diseases, and so people usually will grow a mustache or grow a beard, No Shave November or Movember or whatever. And people try to raise money, and it goes to cancer research and things. I've never like shaved anything off in order to grow it for that, and I already have it, so I'm kind of like no shave all year round. Beard. So I don't know if I could actually have a page to raise money for that. Because I ain't shaving nothing off to start over. That's too much work. But I pretty much, I raise awareness all year round as much as I can since I was 18 and been able to. Thanks for the question, Garrett. Appreciate it, man. If any of you guys out there are participating, you know, leave a comment and link it to anything you're doing to raise support and awareness. So, final question. Thomas Vayon? Did I say it right? I'm sorry if I get your names wrong. It is not intentional. Hey, Ryan and Angela, I have a question for you. I happen to be next door in Louisiana.
Louisiana guy.
Great state. And being a bald, beardless, Caucasian male married to another beautiful black woman for nearly 23 years.
Nice.
Have you two faced some of the same obstacles we have had in the South? Well, first of all, congratulations for 23 years of marriage.
Yay!
That is fantastic and to be applauded. So, well, being, I guess, in an interracial relationship, I don't know, is that, I don't even think about it really too much. I don't think about it too much. I forget about it.
I think about it not often, but semi-often. Oh, not because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm married to a white guy. Dear God, no. It's
you are so white.
Like I'm thinking, you're white. No, I never think about it. But I think about just, you know, when it comes to our business and whether or not people aren't coming in because of it or anything like that. Of course, we got, you know, kind of talked about down on the comments earlier of the last video because we were saying that we lived in a small white town. We do. It's East Texas. You can't get around it. But because of that, not that we begrudge white folk. He are one.
I are one.
I are half one.
I
My
am
mama
one.
is one. Him mama one.
My dad is definitely one. My dad's super white. Whatever that means. But he is.
But through the ages, yes, I mean, personally, I've experienced racism, call it like it is. Our children have not necessarily experienced it. I've experienced it with one of my children twice. Our oldest is as white as Ryan, and light eyes, hazel. They were blue when he was a baby. They kind of hazeled up a little bit, and I've been told that, asked if he was enjoying time out with his nanny, and with my youngest, he looks like me. He's a little bit lighter than I am, but he looks like me.
Yeah.
And people have left lines at Walmart when they saw us in the line behind them. So yeah, we've experienced stuff. I don't know. I don't think people would ever, we call it polite racism here because no one's really going to say it to your face. Because one thing about living in the South is that there's a lot of Christians. And if they are going to be who they say they are, they can't really be ugly about race. So, at least out loud.
Yeah.
But, people are ugly on both sides of the fence. It's not just a white thing. It is a black thing as much as it is a white thing. To not think that is just ignorance. But, there are ugly people in every shade.
Yeah,
So
in all kinds.
And there's hate in every shade.
Yeah.
So, you just can't take it personally. And
It is what it is.
it is what it is. You just have to live your life the best way and love everybody the way you should.
Yeah.
And that's how we train and teach our boys.
Yeah.
Is,
It's weird for me because depending on who I'm around or who's, people come in the store or if I'm just being out and about, I've heard people tell jokes that are definitely kind of like a racial joke. Mm-hmm. I would somehow think that's funny, right? Because we're in the South and there's a bunch of white guys standing around at a gas station or something or whatever, and I'm like, or people will tell me a joke or say something, I'm like, about a black guy or something. I'm like, well, my father-in-law is black, and so he's,
he would.
and they just sort of look at me like,
oh,
what? I'm like, yeah, so I don't really, you can tell another joke like that if you want to, but not around me. So it's weird because I'll be in situations where people will say things like, that is not okay. Mm-hmm. But because we're all the same, quote unquote the same. So that's kind of a weird thing that I don't like. It makes me
and I feel that way about every race, really. If people say ugly jokes or say about anybody, it doesn't matter if they're of my race or not. We're all humans, and I don't like anybody being bullied or picked on. And that's one thing we are trying to raise our children to be the same way. It doesn't matter who you are. Don't do that. If you don't want it said about you or done to you, don't do it to anybody else, because what goes around comes around. What you sow is what you reap, and that's not a good thing. So even in our business model and how we treat people that come into our shop, we try to treat them the way we want to be treated, and even in business.
No matter what they look like.
No matter what.
Or what they're wearing.
Care. It's, they're people who have feelings, and, we're children at once, and I think everybody deserves love. But yeah, have we experienced obstacles? A little bit, but not so much where we're just like, oh my gosh. It's,
It's more of a sad kind of man.
Wow.
Kind of frustrating, but nothing that's kept us from having our own business or kept us from
loving each other, in public, where we've not held hands because people are looking or whatever.
What bugs me sometimes is things will happen when I'm not around. Like if it's Angela and the boys, or they're at a store or something, or people usually don't say anything when I'm there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm just oblivious. No. Maybe I'm not paying attention.
No, because I've noticed,
But I'm as much.
Man.
Don't even get me started, but okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Where were you at? Who said what?
Who said? I'm like,
what
it's
were their
okay.
name?
It's just life, and it's gonna happen. And you can't wear a chip on your shoulder everywhere you go, or you're never going to experience true happiness. Because people are going to be ugly no matter where you go, because there's always unhappy people.
Yeah.
And as long as there's unhappy people, there's going to be anger and hatred in this world. And you just have to come to realize that. And your happiness isn't hinged on their happiness.
Yeah.
You just have to, maybe your happiness can influence their happiness, but your happiness shouldn't be hinged on their happiness.
Yeah.
So.
Or how they treat you.
Or how they treat you. Yeah.
We talk a lot about hurt people hurt people.
They do.
Like someone who's being a real a-hole, it's probably because they're going through some stuff.
Yes.
Or they've been through some stuff. Or their life has been pretty crappy. So, it's kind of hard to not take it personal, I guess. But in your mind, well, that guy is just a huge jerk face.
Because don't get me wrong, there are times when I want to just give him a handshake with a chair, but it's not what, we're supposed to do. Like I said, what goes around comes around, and I want to be able to sow love so I can reap love.
Treat people the way you want to be treated. That's kind of a good motto. So.
Yes.
Yeah, great question, Thomas. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And I pray and I hope that you and your wife don't go through a lot of obstacles. And if you've had that, that you're not alone, but there are good people out there. And I know you've experienced that in the last 23 years. My parents have been married for 40 years. And being married in the 70s all the way through, I won't even go there, and stuff that I've watched my parents go through, and they are giddy little teenagers in love, and they're like the best example of love to people and around people that I've ever met in my life. So yeah, we'll put a picture of them up of them. They're sweet. They're awesome.
Yeah. They're great. Yeah, anything that we've been remotely come close to experiencing has nothing
compared
on
to my parents.
Mitch and Vanessa, like they've. So I don't even,
I can't complain about. Nothing.
So, thanks for the question, Thomas. Really appreciate it, man. And that's all the questions for this week. Thank you guys so much. There were a lot of them. Last week's video went a little viral. Like something happened. It got, or as of right now, it's got like 6,500 views, which normally our Ask RNA videos get, a couple hundred, 2, 3, 4, 500 sometimes. So I think because we talked about Gibson, something happened with Google, YouTube. They pushed it out there, and
and the more you comment, the more it fuels the fire.
And we got some negative comments, but it was like, you know what? That's just helping, because the Google, sees, all they see is activity.
Make it rain.
They see comment. We got probably more dislikes on last week's video than I've ever gotten on a single video.
It is so great, and I love the people who came in. They're like, "Get to the point." So I'm answering so many questions. I'm like, dude, this is what we do.
This is what this video is about.
This is not a Gibson channel. We are a mom and pop store in Podunkies, Texas, answering questions from amazing people from all over the world, and we'll answer whatever they ask us.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's baffling.
Be sweet.
It's actually kind of cool, because I was like, man, because if if you're not getting trolls and haters, it's sort of like
you're not out there enough.
You're not doing anything. If you haven't got any negative feedback, that means.
So thank you for the negative.
Which is hilarious, because it's so cliche. I'm like, I wonder who is this guy? What's he talking about? I go look at his thing, I'm like, oh, he has no videos.
He's like
no description, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's obviously a genius content creator.
Yes.
Who's made
works for Googles.
Hundreds of videos and
the Googles.
Knows what he's talking. But anyways.
Yeah. It's so good. It's good.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
No skin off our nose.
Yeah. Thank you for all of our regular viewers who, you guys obviously know what we're about and what we're doing, and you keep coming back and keep commenting and asking questions. And so if you have a comment or question for next week, leave it below and we'll try to answer them. A lot of questions this week. I am going to try to do something that was a tip that I've seen Phil McKnight do this on his videos, where he'll go in and timestamp each question in the description, so you can just jump right to the one question you're particularly interested in. So you don't have to wait through 4 minutes of
I'm
talking
saying
about a
stop
clinic.
catering to folks. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But whatever. That's the mama
you know,
in me.
I don't know. You know.
That's the southern mama in me. Eat your cornbread. Just do it.
So I might do that. Who knows? But that's just more work for me, for your free viewing pleasure. Like, why am I taking up all my time?
He doesn't need family time.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, whatever.
Yeah, let me just
He doesn't need to go on a date
Continue
with
to
his
make
wife.
free content
Just
for
let
you
him
guys.
edit
And
all night long.
anyways, thank you guys so much. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
You need the music.
Yeah, we need the music. We need to keep it alive
Calm your heart.
for the next generation.
Yes.
That's really our mission. That's why we teach lessons to beginners, is to keep that love of music going for the next generation.
Lord, lift us up where we
Belong.
belong.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Gibson has money problems. Shh, don't tell anybody.
What?
They do.
Oh, Nessa.